So we were working on the last scene of the play, and this is a friendly bout between Leartes, played by David, who had the blue shirt on, and Ty, who has the green shirt on, who's Hamlet. And after a very tumultuous time together in the court, Hamlet has gone away, he's come back, and we're trying to create a real friendly atmosphere. I use the analogy, it's like having two D1 cousins who play basketball, and they show up at Thanksgiving, so we're gonna go out and have a little one-on-one.
So he looks at it right here, and he looks at you, and he goes, bang! Ah! And then he takes it over. Good.
David and I are both trained actor combatants, so we've spent many years in different shows, and as well as in training, sort of preparing ourselves for exactly this kind of a fight and of a show. So
it's actually incredible how quickly it's come together. I think we're 6 or 7 days in, and this is a really complex fight, but it came together pretty quickly and pretty smoothly.
When you flick him off, give it a little extra emphasis and rake the blade along his blade a little bit. We try and build it in a real slow, meticulous fashion where I ask a lot of questions in the fight. Well, what would you do here? What would you want? What are you trying to do? Where are you emotionally? By having the actors invest in the fight and answer all these questions, the fight becomes theirs. So this is starting to become speed now, what you guys just did.
Yeah.
It's really starting to settle into a really good place for speed. And when you talk about sword fights and speed is not our friend. Communication is our friend. So what we do is we say, well, let's go at like a half speed. But my half speed is going to be different than yours, different than this person's or that person's. So what we have to find is the natural, organic half speed between the two of us, or the four of us, or the 8 of us, depending on the piece. When the actors have the audience, they give it that extra bump. And it's a little bit faster than the half speed we worked on, but not so fast that it becomes unsafe. It becomes organically just right for the audience to follow along.
I have to say that our fight director, Rick Sordelet, did a really good job of training us for this fight. We started with these blades that were actually heavier than the ones we used in the show. So we kind of conditioned ourselves and worked our way towards using our show blades, and now I remember when we first used them in rehearsal, they were like holding air. It was so much easier. My internal monologue is just screaming, just nonstop screaming. But no, I think when you're building a fight, you have to think of it like an extension of the story you're telling. Each move is kind of like a line of dialogue. And so while there's physical action, we're actually in a scene with each other. And so when Ty does this, I do that in response, which leaves me open, so he's going to act on it in his own way, which leaves him open, so I act on it in my own way. And it's an extension of the story.
you know, it is theater, right? It's live theater. It's going to be a little different every night. And when we get to this fight, it will be late in the show. This is the end of the play. So we will be quite tired. We will be feeling the momentum of the story taking over. And I think that's really, for me, what I hope to feel in this.
I'm feeling really confident with this one because we had very experienced actors, very experienced director, very clear idea of where we're going and how we're getting there. And the process has been what you get up in the morning for as an artist.